Irving. Irving the drive, back to James! Cavaliers lead, and a foul!
12. Let it clear out. Got a space, got a spin. Here's Bryant. What a move. What a move. That was a design play. Ability in transition. Wade finds James.
But if you're Nick Young, you know they're going to lob it to James. Oh my goodness.
There are very few dates in basketball that are anticipated like NBA Christmas. No other sports league plays on Christmas Day, except the NBA. NBA Christmas is the league's holiday gift to us fans, giving us some of the most premier matchups of the year. We get some of the best rivalries as well as previews of potential playoff series. On this special day, we get to see the best players and teams go head to head while spending quality time with our families. What could be better? Well, in today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the upcoming Christmas games, look at some of the historic rivalries of the state, and look at some facts that might just blow your mind. The 2022 and 23 season marks the 75th year of the Christmas Day game tradition. It started in 1947 when the New York Knicks played against the Providence Steamrollers at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks won this game 89-75, marking them as the first kings of NBA Christmas. Since this date, we've seen a lot more historic feats. The most amount of points scored in a single Christmas Day is 60 points, which is held by Bernard King back in 1984. I think Wilt's performance in 1961 may be more impressive though. Wilt Chamberlain on Christmas of 1961 had an astonishing 59 points and 36 rebounds that night. That game also went into double overtime. Wilt played 58 minutes that night, the whole game. The Philadelphia Warriors eventually lost by 1 point. What about something that wasn't from the Stone Age? Well, in 2002, Tracy McGrady put up an impressive 46 and won against one of the best teams in the league, the Detroit Pistons. In DeAndre Jordan's debut Christmas game in 2011, he had a mind-boggling 8 blocks, which is the highest of any Christmas game. Then 2 years later, he had another impressive 6 blocks, tied for the third highest on this date. But I think the most impressive player on NBA Christmas historically is actually someone we're very familiar with.
Finishing at the rim. My goodness, mama.
Like that. Got to give some of the credit to the Nuggets defense. James drives and finishes. With authority. Love the outlet pass to James.
LeBron is the greatest player of all time on Christmas Day. This season is a very special one for his Christmas legacy. LeBron this season will pass Kobe Bryant with the highest number of games played on December 25th, with 17 this year. That means of LeBron's 20 seasons in the NBA, LeBron has played on this date 85% of the time. LeBron this season also has the opportunity to pass Kobe for the most number of wins on Christmas. LeBron could surpass Kobe and possibly get his 11th win on this date. LeBron is the leading scorer on Christmas, and it doesn't look like anyone will break it anytime soon. LeBron last year was able to surpass Kobe in all-time Christmas scoring. LeBron previous to December 25th, 2022 has 422 points. Kobe Bryant is 27 shy of this at 395. The next closest current players to this record are Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. All of these guys are at least 120 points shy of this record. With the way LeBron is playing now, I think there's no shot anyone will break this record anytime soon. Maybe we could see someone like Giannis or Luka Doncic break the record eventually, but it wouldn't be for a while. I mean, it's hard to compete with someone who's played on December 25th 14 straight years, going on 15 this year. That's right, ever since 2007, when LeBron was 22 years old, he hasn't missed a single Christmas day. The last time we saw an NBA Christmas Day without LeBron, the Detroit Pistons were the best team in the East, Dirk was in his prime, and Kevin Willis and Dikembe Mutombo were still hooping. That's some serious longevity from LeBron. Just to add to the pile, LeBron is averaging a very impressive 26, 7, and 7 on this special date. I think that rests my case for LeBron being the Christmas GOAT. How about what teams have had the most success on Christmas? Well, as you can probably guess, the Lakers are at number 1 with 24 wins, followed by the Knicks with 23. Both of these two teams have played a combined 102 games on Christmas. After this year's Christmas, the Lakers will have a 24-year-long streak of playing on Christmas. Their streak started from 1999. The last time the Lakers weren't playing on Christmas, Dominique Wilkins was still in the league, and the Knicks were in the NBA Finals. The Milwaukee Bucks have been an NBA team for 50 55 years now. However, they've only played on Christmas 8 times. Although they have a 4-year streak going on 5 of playing on this date, they once had a 41-year drought of never playing on December 25th. This drought spanned from 1977 to 2018. Another team that may surprise some people on Christmas is the Miami Heat. They've only played 12 games on this date, but their record is amazing at 11-2. They currently have an 8-game winning streak on this day. The last time they lost on Christmas was in 2007. Despite all the numbers and stats I just showed you guys, I think the best part about NBA Christmas are the iconic rivalries we get to see on this day. The NBA's favorite thing to do is give us a rematch of the finals from the previous year, or give us a preview of the playoffs through Christmas games. Throughout the history of NBA Christmas, the league has not disappointed. In 1995, the NBA scheduled its first matchup of the previous year NBA Finals. The Orlando Magic hosted the Houston Rockets. The Magic won 92-90. Penny Hardaway finished with 22 points. What about some of the better, more juicy rivalries that everyone looks forward to? In 2008, the league planned out the most perfect Christmas Day game, Celtics versus Lakers. It was actually a rematch of the finals the previous year. The Celtics the year before beat the Lakers in 6 games. You had plenty of stars in this game: Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, just to name a few. And both of these teams were very good. The Lakers were 23-5. The Celtics were 27-2. They had a 19-game win streak, which they lost on this night. Okay, what about some of the more bitter and tough rivalries? In 2004, the Lakers hosted the Miami Heat. This game was special because it was Shaq's welcome back to Los Angeles after leaving the team that previous offseason. The energy between Kobe and Shaq was cold, heartless, and unsympathetic. The Heat eventually pulled off the win 104-102 in overtime. Kobe didn't disappoint, however. He had 42 points that night. I think we're forgetting about the most iconic Christmas rivalry.
Bases for the Warriors, hits a pair of free throws. Golden State up 6. James behind the back, gets to the rim, left-handed off the glass. Here comes Irving, drives on Thompson. Irving spins, puts up the shot. It's good! Kyrie Irving with 3.4.
This video wouldn't be complete without the mention of this classic Christmas rivalry. The Warriors and Cavs played against each other 2 years in a row, 2016 and 2017. In 2016, the Cavs were down 14 in the fourth quarter and miraculously came back with a last-second turnaround jumper from Kyrie Irving. In 2017, the Warriors got their revenge. The Warriors won 99-92. Klay Thompson hit a game-saving 3 to put the Warriors up 95-92. Although I personally never watched the first 3 NBA Christmas matchups, the Warriors versus Cavs Christmas games were some of the most exciting basketball games I've ever watched. We've gone over the historic rivalries of the past, but what's going on during this year's Christmas? To nobody's surprise, we have some real primetime matchups this year. This year we have some quality rivalries that are sure to entertain us. This year we have 5, maybe 4.5 great matchups. Let's go through them. Our first one is the Knicks versus the 76ers. If anything is certain in life, it's death, taxes, and the NBA having the Knicks play on Christmas Day, despite how bad they can be some years. The Knicks have the most Christmas Day appearances with 54. Their record on Christmas is 23-31. Not that great. Anyways, this is probably the least exciting matchup of the day. The attention is more going to be shifted on Joel Embiid, James Harden, and the Sixers, and how well their shaky duo of Harden and Embiid can play together in their first full season with each other. This game honestly feels like filler compared to the next 4. Next, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Lakers. The big names, Luka Doncic versus LeBron James, already brings in all the hype you need. However, both teams have been struggling this year. The Lakers have found themselves at the bottom of the West. The Lakers roster, I think, just isn't constructed well around AD and LeBron. The Lakers haven't really found their rhythm this season. Despite this, LeBron is putting up unheard of numbers in his 20th season. A shocking 28, 8, and 6. It's almost been the same story for the Mavs. Despite Luka putting up historically unreal numbers, the Mavericks have found themselves around the 500 mark. The lack of help Luka Doncic has on this team is insane. This will be an exciting game regardless. Next up, the best matchup of the day, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Boston Celtics. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This was the same matchup from last year's Christmas. These are obviously the 2 best teams in the league. This will most likely be the Eastern Conference Finals come May. What more else can you say? Both teams have looked very sharp throughout the year. The Celtics look even better than last year. The Bucks, despite dealing with injuries, still look like the powerhouse they've always been. The fourth matchup is the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Golden State Warriors. This might be the most fun game to watch because this is a rivalry where the opposing teams actually don't like each other. Like, they despise each other. As you guys are all probably aware of, this was the matchup of the Western Conference semifinals from last year. The amount of banter, trash talk, and bitterness that will inevitably happen during this game is what really sells it for me. And the final matchup of this Christmas is the Suns versus the Nuggets. The league definitely should have scheduled the Mavs versus the Suns instead, but that's just me. Anyways, this is really just a case of the NBA wanting to show off its reigning MVP during Christmas. The NBA has a tendency to do this. This will be a good game because we're going to get to see a healthy Denver on primetime TV. We're going to get to see the Jokic, Murray, and Porter Jr. trio battle it out against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. There's nothing really special about this game like some of the other games had, besides just two top teams in the league battling it out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.